This is far from your average Road to NBA 2K episode. Everything we've experienced over the past 98 episodes, it all comes down to this. Ever since I was a high school kid, overlooked by every college, starving for a scholarship, and only receiving looks because of the blood, sweat, and tears I put into the state championship I won with Donnie and Fordham my senior year. I hung a banner in high school, then 2 years later I'd do it again in college. This time it would be Deshaun and I coming together to roll through March Madness and give Texas their first championship in program history. I was drafted in the second round, and I worked my tail off to eventually guide the Pelicans to 2 NBA Finals appearances, a place where the franchise had never been before. However, I would come up short in both, and the story was the same with the Knicks, not even clinching the finals a season ago, again coming up short in the postseason. I've been a winner at every level of basketball in my career, except for the NBA thus far. Changing that narrative is what's at stake today. One game in Dallas, the 71-win Mavericks versus the Knicks Big Three. The biggest challenge of my career awaits. What's up, everybody? CollegeSportsREVIVED here to bring you the 99th episode of the Road to NBA 2K series here on the PlayStation 5. Last episode, we were met with no room for error, but the Knicks and yours truly played the most cohesive game of our season, answering anything Dallas threw at us, and now we're here. We knotted up the series 2-2, and you know the drill. Win or go home. Franz won a title before, back on the Lakers earlier in the series. Deshaun's won as well, and his Mavericks teammates seek a repeat tonight. And this is Donovan's first finals appearance, and my finals record is 0-2. I need this ring like my life depends on it. In about a half hour, we're going to find out if we can end this series after Season 6, or if we're going to need another year to get my first ring. Everything rides on this game, and I'll see you guys on the other side. This is too perfect right here. Just like how the series began, me, Don, and Ferran on one side, and Deshaun on the other side. Like back in high school, the New York State Championship, after Deshaun moved to the rival high school, this was exactly how the stage was back then, and all these years later, this is how it is now. Me and Donnie don't have a ring yet. We don't know what it feels like. I've been here twice, now my third time here. Haven't scored one yet, but this is the best chance I've had up to this point. This is the first time I played a win-or-go-home game, or just have the ability to win a finals in my 3 times here, so this is my best chance, and I think it's time to get it done. If we win tonight, the series is over, we win, and end off the series victorious. If we can't, we got to come back for Season 7, everybody. Possibly on 2K23 if I want to move the rosters there, but that's a discussion for later. First, we need to see if we can get the job done. Toppin versus Mitch in Game 5. The winner go home. NBA Finals of Season 6 is underway tonight after Obi wins the tip-off. Game 4 was awesome for the New York Knicks as we kept our season alive. And Deshaun coming out and making a statement here at the early goings, blocking Front off the backboard on our first offensive possession. Cutting me off, talking about how good of a Game 4 we had as a team, as I cut off Luka trying to drive baseline, and I forced the MVP out of bounds, so both teams playing some good defense here in the early stages as both teams try to set the tempo tonight. And the biggest game of many of these players' lives up to this point, as Deshaun finds a transition 3, and this one just rims out. Long outlet pass to yours truly, as now I'm blocked. Looks like this time it was Luka who got a piece of it. Now Kristaps grabs the board, and both teams still look for their first field goal on the night. Luka looking backdoor, potentially no, he'll give it off to Deshaun, who comes off on Mitchell Robinson's 3, or rather screen for the 3, as Deshaun marks the first points of the winner go home Game 5. But I try to come back quick. Nice little hesitation move in and out on Luka Doncic. and I get it to drop. Really tough take, but good body control and a soft touch gives me my first points of my first ever Game 5 in the NBA Finals. 5-2 now off the inbound. Nice pass by Ferran. I guess I got a little scared there on the try, but I'll try it again this time. Kick out to Ferran. I want the 3 instead anyway as we tie it up here. All right, a couple possessions into the game, already some fireworks. We're seeing a little bit of everything here in the early stages. Seeing some threes, some good shooting, playmaking, defense. You're getting it all here in Game 5 as two of the best teams of the decade go to battle here off the mark from Donnie as Kristaps controls the paint tonight. And this one's blocked by Obi Toppin. Yes, sir. Toppin trying to put in the rearview mirror a really tough Game 4 where he had 7 rebounds but 0 points, 0 for 6 shooting. And he's honestly really struggled on his first ever finals. The most improved player of this season is only shooting 34% from the field in his first ever finals, but a huge block there. Can't get the stop though as the MVP Doncic records his first bucket of the night. And how about this though? Ferran takes on 2 defenders, and then when the help comes, it's a little nice touch pass over Obi, who already has more points in Game 5 than he did in Game 4. 7 apiece now. I really want to get down and dirty in this game, show you a lot of the bare bones plays, win or loss. I want to show you guys as much as I can as Deshaun, already up to 6 points now, but this is a game that I would obviously love to live stream. You guys know that the ritual on this series has always been live stream the Game 5s. Unfortunately, my Wi-Fi down here where I'm deployed is just not that stable and I'm not able to do it, but that's why I'm really trying to show you as much of the game as I can without dragging out the video too long, as here we go with the lob. It's Donnie G for his first basket of Game 5. He's enjoyed an awesome first finals of his career. How about 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks averaged on his first finals. On top of that, Game 4, he had a monster 20 and 11 game with 3 blocks. So he's trying to replicate that tonight in the biggest game of his life. 8 seconds to shoot on this possession. Dallas really tough to decipher here. Coming off a screen, Donnie comes down the paint with a 2-handed flush. Really lucky that wasn't picked off by Deshaun. And as you can see, Donnie's stats at the bottom of your screen. He has been lighting the world on fire, as always, as Doncic. Look at this. He's too busy trying to box me out of the play, but I get an arm around him, and I finish in style on the other end. Whoa, wait 1 second. Let's see this in slow motion. Nice little crossover to set it up, and then a spin move as I hang and finish on top of the MVP as I get the one up on him early on. This has been the matchup in Game 4. Now in Game 5, I was guarding Hardaway Jr., locking him up for the first 3 games of the series. However, I told everybody with our backs against the wall, facing elimination, I want the MVP in Game 4. Did a pretty good job on him, and now it's me versus number 77 in Game 5 as well, but it's Mitch Robinson slipping the pick, and that's way too easy as now Luka tells me, hey Fitz, I can lob too. As you guys know, I have a bit of a bone to pick with Mitch Robinson. After we lost in the conference finals last year, he inked with the defending champions, the Dallas Mavericks, and now he's the main guy in the front court that we're facing this year. I didn't really like that move too much, but good teamwork there. Montrez gets the assist to Ferran coming off the screen. As now I'm trying to stop Luka off of a screen of his own, but just can't get around Mitch. Great job curling, really smart play there by the MVP. 17 to 15, a lot of points here in the first quarter as Luka checks out, as long with 2 of our starters. It's the big 3 of the Knicks along with Boban and now Eric Paschall, the rascal here, as this is a tough shot from the corner, no good, but Boban's on the glass to give us 2 there. 19 to 15. The Knicks have done a great job with their starts. That's really been the difference. In every game that we've won, we've gotten out to a great start, and even the games that we lost. But the difference is just playing a full, complete 4 quarters, and that's really been the difference between the games that we've won and lost, as Brunson's off the mark there with a bad shot from 3. As I create some space here, looking for a teammate, whip it inside to Donovan. Not really sure how Brunson saw that coming, but it's Tyrese Maxey. Tough shot as both teams with some bad decisions here. As I grab the miss, and I'll set things up. Jalen Brunson, who's had some good moments here in the series, but he's shooting a bad percentage from the field. I fake like I'm going to use the screen. Kick out to Ferran. There we go. Had some shot opportunities blocked early, but Ferran got to get him going. 24 points averaged on his second ever NBA Finals as Ferran's trying to go 2 for 2 in his career in the championship round. 6 seconds to shoot on this possession. Another well-defended possession as Brunson, he has to force it up again as the southpaw is way short. Rebound by Pascal, and here we go. How about I rip it through on Brunson, trying to take it on Nerlens Noel, and somehow it's another pass that's picked off. I have not had nearly as much trouble passing on other teams as I have Dallas, but there's my second turnover of the first quarter, and somehow Brunson still collects the find from Maxi Kleber, and there is a huge three for Dallas to keep pace with us, now cutting the lead to 4. We're under 2 to play now, rather 3 to play. We approach 2 to play now here in the first quarter of game 5. Ferran tries to dice his way past Maxi, but he recovers and he kicks it out to me. 3 seconds to work with, 2 seconds. Turnaround, up and under move, just getting it off in front of the shot clock, but the rim does not do me any favors there as Brunson tries to find a teammate as the Mavericks can cut it to a 1-score game inside to Maxi, just gets it over, up and in over me. So Dallas with a couple scores. I think it's finally time I check out here. At least that's what Tom Thibodeau thinks. 2 minutes to go here as another bench player comes in. This time it's Mitchell Drew in relief of myself. And it is Boban Marjanovic who puts his shoulder into Nerlens Noel with the nice little turnaround kiss off the glass. Nerlens Noel can't cover the 7'5" ex-Dallas Maverick. What a move there to build the lead once again, to get Dallas off our backs a little bit and halt the run. 26-22, Brunson trying to get creative in the post, but my former college teammate from Texas, Mitchell Drew, not letting him have it. Really bad shot there. It actually almost goes. Tyrese Maxey almost hit it from the parking lot, but a bad possession there. And here we go with Drew with the teardrop over the teeth of the defense. Another tough take resulting in points for the Knicks. It's 28-22 now. Trying to get one more stop to keep the lead at least 6. 30 seconds left. The Mavericks can go quick for a 2-for-1, and they do, but it's off the mark. Brunson misses. Nerlens Noel misses, but then he gives the Mavs a third look at it. 20 seconds to go in the half. Brunson, he's trying to fight off Boban, but number 51 sends it back. Big Bobby inside. Now 11 seconds to go as the shot clock turns off. Can we extend this lead to 8? What's the play going to be? Ferran and Donovan not seeing the ball. We're going to go to Boban, who dunks it down on top of Nerlens Noel. Oh my goodness. The Knicks bench springs up in awe and excitement. And it's an 8-point Knicks lead at the end of the first quarter of the biggest game of my career. Oh my goodness. Picking up right where we left off from game 4. So here we go, checking back in. First possession of the second quarter. 30-22, the Knicks lead with 10 seconds to shoot. On the Mavs' first possession, it is Luka trying to fight me off here in the short corner, but Dwight Powell looks in the direction of Mitchell Robinson, but it's blocked inside by Obi Toppin. The ball reversal to Mitchell Drew, but we'll reset it as the only starters out on the floor is me, Montrez, and Toby. You gotta hope we have enough scoring as I'm really trying to take it into my own hands. Give me the keys of the offense. Let me work. Double clutch over the MVP to extend our lead to 10. I'm really going to have to take a score-first approach. You guys know I love to facilitate, but with no Ferran or Donovan out on the floor, they're going to have to look for me for guidance here on the offensive end. Nice touch pass there by Deshaun, finding Mitchell Robinson. With a field goal percentage around 40%, these Mavs really need to find easier looks, and that's one right there as I put the double move on Luka. I've got the upper hand here in the first half. Now 8 points, 4 assists, as the MVP is struggling to find answers to me when I get downhill. Behind the back move, quickly jabbing it back to my right hand as he overplayed the screen. Doesn't get much easier than that. But check out Luka immediately after the replay with a head full of steam himself. He will dish it off to Mitch, but it's nicely closed down upon by Obi. And now Deshaun checks me. I've had trouble getting past him in my career, but Montrez sets a great screen. Euro stepping my way to a 3-point play. How about you chalk up 2 more for John Fitz, trying to guide the Knicks to our first championship since 1973 of the days of Willis Reed. Oh my goodness, check out this one. And this is a great sight to behold. Doncic frustrated. Deshaun trying to console him as all smiles for the orange and blue here early. 37-30. We've been leading for pretty much the entire first half as I continue to try to weather the storm with no Ferran or Donnie out on the floor. 3 seconds to shoot on this possession. Inside to top in. He has to force it up, and it's actually ripped from his hands. It's Mitch Robinson playing great defense inside as Deshaun knocks down his third triple of the game. He wants to go back-to-back. We just want our first ring if you're me or Donovan, and that is what's at stake today. I'm trying to curl off a screen. I get a step on Luka. This one is just off the mark, but definitely not a good shot here. Getting a little shoot happy as it's Hardaway Jr. from the corner. Back of the iron, it drops. 9 unanswered points for the Dallas Mavericks as Tom Thibodeau calls a timeout. Some tough possessions, including my 3rd turnover of the game, so definitely need the starters back in there as Ferran and Donovan come back in. We need a quick bucket, and that's exactly what we get as Ferran halts the run and now has 12 after his tough start. He got blocked twice in the early stages of the game, and now he's made 5 out of his last 6. Way to go, Ferran, turn it around. 15 seconds to shoot, plenty of time on this possession as I bring 2 my way, and somehow Hardaway loses track of Ferran. Now 15 points as Ferran continues to kill it from all levels. He's really making his case for Finals MVP. He didn't get that back in his ring with the Lakers. That was LeBron who got that one. But this time it's Tyrese Maxey getting free, 42 apiece. It's another turnover for the Knicks at 6 on the game, and I have 4 of them. That's really been my biggest Achilles heel of the game. I'm doing a great job everywhere else, but 4 turnovers, you guys have seen them, and they're just baiting my passes. But this time, it's just pure height as I just lob it in over Jalen Brunson as Boban again hits. That's now 7 points for Marjanovic. As now Jalen Brunson wants the elbow isolation potentially. This is the hardest iso to guard in the sport, but I'd cut him off. And then Tyrese Maxey way out of control there on the pull-up. We're going to get out in transition. It's Donovan. He has the baseline. Tough take, but with his offhand fading out of bounds with the body bump, he still gets it to drop. Oh my goodness, Donovan with those broad shoulders, he can fight past anybody. As Brunson drives baseline inside as he tries to challenge Boban. It does not work. Skip pass. Donnie wants 5 unanswered points and he gets it. Assist number 7 for Fitz going to Donnie G. It's now at 49-44 a game. Gotta love what you're seeing here. And I actually messed up. This was my 4th turnover, but I did mess up on the court. So, yep, turnover number 4 leading to easy points for Dallas. And as you guys can see, my ball control just not there tonight. I don't know what's going on. I've done a pretty good job taking care of the rock throughout the NBA Finals, but tonight, 4 turnovers and a half, just unacceptable no matter what my production is. However, we still lead on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters. 49-47. The Knicks lead here in Game 5. You gotta love what you're seeing. We're out shooting the Mavericks. They've hit more threes than us, but we're doing pretty much everything else well. 30 points in the paint. We had 20 of those in the first half, or rather the first quarter. We were just killing them in the paint to begin the game. As Ferran continues to make his case for Finals MVP, I won't lie, the proposition of Finals MVP has been in the back of my mind this entire series. But obviously, the team task comes first. However, it would be really sweet to grab Finals MVP, but I won't even let that be a thought right now. We need to get this win, and we need to continue to ball. Looking over at the Knicks stats, we see Donnie with 9 and 3. I've got 11-7, but those 4 turnovers are really tough to look at. But the good news is I'm also limiting Luka to only 7 and 3 turnovers on my own accord. So at least I'm forcing the MVP and my matchup into a lot of mistakes, as Deshaun has 3 threes, 2 blocks, and another dunk to go along with it. So Deshaun trying to do his best to go back-to-back. And the Dallas Mavericks, you're really seeing it firsthand once again. When they get on a roll, this is one of the most unstoppable teams you will ever see. And that reigns true tonight. The 71-win Mavericks, they are trying their best to not become another team upset here in the NBA Finals. Doncic way off the mark. Not a good shot, only seconds into the second half, and this is a bucket that falls. I also shot a little bit ineffective there, 5 for 13. A lot of my missed shots came in that little corridor where it was just me out on the floor, no Donnie, and no Ferran, so I really had to take a lot of the shots. And they didn't really come in good spots, but here are back-to-back good looks from mid-range where I do my best work. 15 points now as I get my percentage to just a hair under 40, or rather 50%. 7 of 15 on the game now. Oh man, I'm really starting to turn it around. I'm starting to feel myself. Down by 6, the Mavericks looking for a three-pointer. You can tell Doncic off the dribble, just a hair of space. And that ball doesn't even touch the rim going down, man. As he rips it clean, he also rips the lead in half. 53-50, now 53-52, and this is a tough possession here. Closed down nicely upon, it's Hardaway who breaks Ferran's consecutive streak of made baskets. It's number 25 coming the other way, giving it up to Hardaway Jr. They want to try to get Luka in space again, and they do. Same spot for 6 straight points as the MVP retakes the lead for the Mavericks. It's 55-53. New York looking for some answers as I try to do my best to stay in front of the MVP. Luka Doncic going between the legs here. 4 seconds to shoot. Mitch trying to give him another screen as he beats me off the dribble. I was in his face the entire possession, but somehow Doncic gets it to drop, goes deep into his bag. And the 8 unanswered points from Luka told Tom Thibodeau it was a good time to take me out, which makes sense. I was really sucking wind there. Played a lot of minutes in the first half, so I need a little breather as Donovan controls the ball. Up ahead to Ferran, who jumps out of the gym. What a first possession with no fits out on the floor. Looks like my playmaking's really rubbing off on these guys. I love to see it. Deshaun challenging Ferran, but it's number 1 in orange and blue who comes out on top on this battle at the rim. So Ferran kicking it out to Obi Toppin, who's really been struggling from 3 in the finals. But it's number 3 with the tip slam. We still get points anyway. How about this? Donnie inspired by Ferran's huge jam. He wanted one of his own. Look at that smirk. Donnie feeling himself. I think all 3 of us, the big 3 on New York, we're all doing our part in having an argument for Finals MVP. I think we're all doing our own thing that really gives anybody an argument to give the award to us, as Ferran wants the lead. It's off the right iron though. Dwight Powell, big rebound as Doncic up ahead to Hardaway as he evades some defenders, but that was an errant pass. I don't know who that was to. Quickly, a nice vision inside. IQ showing off the basketball IQ as Donnie G fills the lane correctly, puts in 2 more, and we got a 59-59 game here now, but IQ is caught red-handed, not getting back on defense as Luka drops in 2. 61 apiece. Under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Anybody's game here. Win or go home. Jalen Brunson to Tyrese Maxey, who's been doing a lot of dribbling here in this game. Maxey inside. Nice finish over Mitchell Drew. That is a tough take as the Mavericks here in the third quarter. This has been their highest percentage as a team, 54%. As quickly looks for a lane. I don't know how that layup wasn't blocked by Maxi Kleber, but it wasn't. That's all that matters. 63 apiece. As now with 2 minutes to go, Donovan checks back in as he got a quick breather. And IQ, a 90% free throw shooter, will take the lead here as I will check back in for these final 2 minutes. Looks like Tom Thibodeau wants at least a starter or 2 out there to close out this third quarter as I got my breather. 15 points, 7 assists as I check back in. Jalen Brunson trying to go back and forth on me. He'll get inside to the block, but it's great defense by myself and Boban as he continues to control the paint. Boban, great job on both ends tonight. 15 seconds to shoot. 30 left in the quarter as I try again for 3. That's my second miss from 3 as I've really struggled from behind the line in this series. So a bit of an errant shot there as it's a 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The Mavs want one more crack at it. They got 2 Mavs at the elbows, Maxey pounding the rock. Looks like they're just trying to free up Jalen Brunson, but I'm overplaying the passing lanes, and now they're going to have to hurry. They'll still get it to Brunson, but it's a good closeout as Boban, of course, collects another rebound. And it's 65 apiece heading into the final period of play. Will the 71-win Mavericks be the second 70-plus win team ever to lose in the finals? Everything we worked for in this series has come down to this. One last period of play. Here we go. 65-65. Ferran joins the 5 out on the floor as it's me against the MVP on the first possession. Nice little in and out move, little jab cross, getting myself inside as Luka caught napping. Great way to start the quarter. Here we go. Back on offense as they find a way to score. Luka now at 19 points as I'm trying to match him on this possession with a bucket. Dishing it off though, but there's my 5th turnover of the contest. Again, my turnovers have been a problem in this contest. Doncic outside to Hardaway. Good contest. And it's off. I've been everywhere here on the perimeter. Bounce pass inside. It's Montrezl Harrell for 2. 8th assist here as Montrezl has played a very good series. A quietly good series, I should say. Harrell, 57% from the floor. 5 points and 7 rebounds here in the NBA Finals. Luka Doncic looking for the lob. How do you defend that one? I think I got caught up in our lobs today. And this has been a pretty exciting way to start the 4th quarter. I don't think it gets more crazy than this. Backdoor feed. Ferran finds me as I finish with my offhand. You got to play a lot of basketball with somebody to have the chemistry and the rapport to pull off a play like this. He knew exactly where I was going the second I gave the ball back to him. Doncic out of position as he bit for my pump fake. What a way to start this 4th quarter. 71-69. Who will be the first team to get a stop? Well, it won't be us without me playing defense like that. Very foolish as I was trying to bait Doncic into the pass. But instead, I let the MVP have the most wide open look of his entire season in the biggest game of our lives. 7:20 left to go here in the 4th. Shot clock dwindling. It is Ferran who will get a screen from Obi. 4 seconds left. Here comes Ferran down the lane. Buckle up. It is Nadim flying through the skies. Mitchell Robinson too slow to try to stop number 1. 75-74. Here comes Doncic, who tries to give it off to Mitch, and I should have had a steal there. Instead, it's Luka who has a free pass to step it back and knock down his 2nd 3 of the quarter. That should have been a steal. Tough luck there as Dallas takes a 2-point lead. Here we go with Ferran. He's going to try to slip his way inside to the paint once again. It's liftoff time for number 1. Ferran just sucks the life right out of the building, and it doesn't surprise me that he's playing his best here in the 4th quarter. He's the only guy in our big 3 who's won the ring. He's been here before. He knows what it's like. He knows what it takes to win. As Deshaun somehow, with the soft kiss off the glass, gets it up and over Donnie G to retake the lead. It's another lead change here in the 4th quarter. Trying to go with that jab cross again, but this time Luka's ready for it. And how about this? Who else would we be setting up other than Ferran? Great pass by Montrezl. Knicks on top as it swirls in and drops. Ferran has knocked down our last 8 points. Time is ticking down quickly here, under 5 to play in the biggest game of our lives. It's Deshaun. That should have been a steal, but finally Luka misses. Good defense by myself there, as Ferran with the heat symbol under his name gives it up to Toppin, who dumps it down inside to me, but we'll just reset. Plenty of time to shoot. Ferran dribble and hand off to Montrezl. Gives the high post, whipping it around to me. 4 seconds to shoot. Screen by Obi, kicking it out. Obi struggled from 3 all series, but he knocks it down in the biggest spot. Obi extends the lead to 4. My boy Obi was 0 for 5 in game 4 from 3, but he hits it when we need it. But here comes the MVP. You cannot forget about him. I played good defense again, but sometimes good O just beats good D. 83-82. Are we gonna go tit for tat? It's Ferran who wants another one. Yes, sir. Back to a 4-point game. Tit for tat, mano-y-mano. Oh my goodness, game 5 is getting crazy. It's a shootout here in the desert. Dallas looking for a big basket, and it's actually tipped. The lob attempt is tipped. Good D by Obi, who continues to play the game of his life. 13 seconds to shoot as the inbound goes inside to you-know-who. It's Doncic, top of the key, trying to go back door, and it's tipped out of bounds. And the refs rule Nick Ball. They point the other direction. Oh my goodness. As the Mavericks actually call timeout. And with only 2 timeouts remaining, Jason Kidd, their head coach, is going to want to maybe take a look at this, as this is about as close as it gets. I think this was off Ferran at first glance, But I don't know, Hardaway's hand came in there too, so that's really close. And after all said and done, the Mavericks will actually not challenge the ruling on the floor. And I guess it kind of makes sense. This is a 2-score game, 3 minutes to go. Those timeouts are worth more than gold if the refs can't see enough evidence to overturn it. So Jason Kidd will say no to the challenge. We'll pick things up with 3:27 left to go, as I can kind of hear some boos from the crowd as the American Airlines Center kind of expresses their displeasure with the ruling on the floor. But we'll pick it up, and here comes Ferran off the dribble handoff. They'll give it up to me from 15 feet. I got some space, no good, but Ferran with the offensive miss. He grabs it, and I want to keep the pressure on Luka. Tough take, but it goes. On top of the MVP, 21 points to go along with my 10 assists in the biggest game of my life. 88-84 as they score again, but we again score to keep pace or outpace the Mavs right now. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, and we'll be champions. Ferran goes for the dagger. Oh, man. That would have been something. But we finally miss a 3. It's tipped. Great defense inside by Donovan, but somehow Noel grabs it when the dust settles, and it's Luka with a back-breaking 3. That's like the third 3 of the fourth quarter that he got out of pure luck. And again, the Mavs catch a break. Oh, another turnover. I think I've already had enough of those today, so I get the inbounds pass this time. But with 9 seconds to shoot, we're going to have to hurry. It's Ferran who finds me on the backdoor feed. And somehow, that ball goes in. 23 on the night. And I don't know if you saw it at full speed. Great dish inside by Ferran, but that shot was actually tipped by Luka, and somehow by the grace of the basketball gods, it still goes in. And I think it was about time we got some luck, because Doncic has had plenty to find 9 points in this fourth quarter. So now under 2 minutes to go, 2 huge points to push it back to 3 as Doncic trying to come off the screen. I try to go for the steal, but that leaves Luka with 2 of the easiest points he'll see in the entire ballgame. 90-89. Stopping a score, and the 71-win Mavs could take this game. As we use Ferran as a decoy here on this possession. I want the screen from Harold. I curl off. Oh, okay. I thought I had 2 there. I would have had an easy layup, but Nerlens the most saves it with a foul. Smart play there as the inbound goes to yours truly. This time I'm just going to give it up to Ferran, open or not. But he gives it to the corner, which is Donovan, who hits the cutting Obi with a mind-blowing dunk. What a pass and finish as the 2 big men get it done. Obi continues to play the game of his life as the Knicks are back up by 3. Under 90 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, as Doncic tries to muscle me. It's not gonna happen. I take it away from the MVP. Up ahead to Ferran, who draws the bump, the foul, and puts in the 3-point play. The Knicks are on top by 5 with a minute 18 to go, thanks to the biggest steal of my entire career. I've had enough of Doncic trying to shove me, outbody me. That's it. Up ahead to Ferran, and a fast break like we've done a million times in our lives, as he drops in the biggest 3-point play of his life as well. Look at the bench. They're already ready to rush the floor, but the job is not done quite yet. Ferran has missed a big free throw in this series, back at game 3, and he's going to see if he can make up for it this time around. This free throw to put us up by 6 with a minute 16 to go here in the winner-go-home game 5. Ferran, who shot 92% from the line in this finals, rattles in the free throw. My 11th assist is a colossal, monumental one. That'll set up a 6-point game as we get back on defense. This time, Luka does a much better job collecting the rock and going up strong. So you gotta feel pretty good if you're Dallas. A stop and a score makes it a 1-score game with a minute to go, so you're far from out of it. And with the way this team scores the rock, definitely a chance at redemption if they can get the stop here. I'm stopped in my tracks. Toppin, little too eager on the 3-point attempt, not the shot we wanted there. Toppin, a little too big for his bridges there. Hardaway! Oh my goodness. getting lucky, as now the Mavs extend their defense to full court. The trap comes, but I give it to Donnie, who lobs it inside. Toppin dunks it down! Another three-point play! As Toppin continues the game of his life. We saw Ferran with a colossal and one just moments ago, and now it's Obi's time for a curtain call. 97-91, you gotta feel good if you're the Knicks. Toppin, with no pressure he felt there on that one. 98-91, 7-point game. The Mavs gotta go quick as they burn a timeout, trying to draw up a play for, I'm guessing, either Deshaun or Luka here. A three cuts it to four, and they really don't have any room for error. They need that triple. Inbound to the MVP. 27 seconds to go here in game 5. It's Luka pounding the rock. KP setting the screen. I do a good job fighting over it. It's off the back iron and out. Collected by Harrell. And as I cross the timeline, I'm shocked to see that the Mavericks have conceded. They're not fouling. Reality sets in. We've done it. We've finally done it. And before I hear the buzzer sound, my mind, it hits me with deja vu. Dribbling out the clock as a high schooler to win a state title for my high school. Man, that feels like forever ago. Back when this series and my channel was barely alive. I bled out the clock in college as well. I had the ball in my hands when Deshaun and I led the 2 seed, the Texas Longhorns, to the first title in history. And without that historic run with Deshaun Christian and Aaron Catley by my side, I probably don't get drafted. And now 6 years later, John Fitzpatrick is an NBA champion as well. And as time expires, the NBA championship returns to the basketball mecca. The New York Knicks are your season 6 NBA champions. We've finally done it. Ferran collects his second ring, the first multi-champion out of any of the hometown friends. As Donnie also collects his first, Mitchell Drew is now a champion as him and the bench unit comes out to greet the starting 5. The only part that's a little disappointing is that we didn't get to celebrate on our home floor, but the fact that we stunned the team who won 71 games on their home floor perfectly sums up my career in my opinion. Always the underdog who persevered. That's who I've been. And don't worry, the Knicks fans who still came out to MSG in full force rocked the place to celebrate like we never even left the city. Obviously, I felt for Deshaun. I've been on the losing end of 2 NBA finals, and despite being a champion last year, it's got to be a tough pill to swallow being so heavily favored yet coming up short. That's why he was the first guy we greeted when the handshake lines went down. He said how proud of us he was and how he wouldn't want to lose to anyone else on the biggest stage of basketball. This series has come full circle over 100 episodes later, and we're back to where we started, and yet there's no place I'd rather be. Only one thing left to do: collect the first championship ring in the history of the New York Knicks since 1973.
One team has emerged victorious, the NBA champions. Congratulations to the whole organization and of course this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy and I believe this suitcase are yours.
As that trophy was raised in celebration, it felt like every memory, every level of basketball, every triumph, every hardship was worth it. My senior year of high school with Donnie and Ferran by my side, Deshaun on the rival high school, the state championship game in the Carrier Dome playing in front of 30,000 people. That game giving me my scholarship to the University of Texas. And at the University of Texas, that's when the accolades started coming in. I was on second team All-American, first team All Big 12, led the NCAA in assists per game my sophomore year with over 10 a night, and ultimately hoisted the first championship trophy in program history with Deshaun by my side, and I also won the Final Four's most outstanding player. I was taken in the second round of the NBA draft and actually selected by the Mavericks, who then traded me to the Pelicans on draft night. I made the finals twice with a franchise who's never made it that far, made an all-star game, won most improved player, and led the league in assists twice while rocking New Orleans on my navel. I was then traded, going into the 5th season of the series, to my hometown team and made 2 more all-star games, won the assist crown 2 more times, and brought a title to the team I grew up watching. I've accomplished a lot in my basketball career, but probably no achievement meant as much to me as all the subscriptions that I've gained over this series. If you subscribed to my channel, left a like, left a comment, shared one of my videos, all I can say is thank you. Without you, we never get to this point, and you guys made this channel something worthwhile for me. But before I sign off today, only one more achievement to cross off the list. Take us home, Adam Silver.
You're Bill Russell, Finals MVP.